Chapter 7, End City Busting. Hello and welcome back to my adventures. And I most certainly have an adventure waiting for me today. Last week we ended off with freeing the end and killing the dragon. Now that the end is open and we can go in and leave at our leisure, my adventure side is itching to go and explore what lies out beyond the main island. This is not my first time exploring the verge of the end, so I know what awaits me and what to look out for. Also, I'm keen to get the prize loot that is stored in the flying ships that await us at the verge. But I am jumping ahead of myself. I should first place the trophy of the dragon egg and use the 66 levels that I have acquired from killing the dragon. What I need is an Unbreaking 3 book to combine with a Mending book, so that is what I'm going to use all my levels on. Just enchanting books. Yes, I did it. This is perfect. I will combine the Unbreaking 3 book and the Mending book and store it away for safe keeping. I have this itch to go and explore the end. To help with this itch, I'm just going to scratch it just a little bit. I've gotten myself back to the end, and after making the bridge a bit wider, I'm looking for a section of pillar that is floating in the air. They appear on the outside of the island. Ah, silly me. There's the one that I needed, and it's right above my spawn platform. To get inside of it, I need to throw an ender pearl into the void section of it. I'm building a staircase to get up in order to throw the ender pearl into the portal. Here we are, finally at the verge. Finally, that itch is slowly going away. What I am doing now is scanning the outskirts to evaluate what adventure lies out before me. Hi, yes, I'm back home. The next step to getting ready to tackle the verge of the end, what I deduced is that I need to travel a long way to find what I'm looking for. Since I appeared on a small island, I need to bridge across to another island. In order to do that, I need blocks. That is priority item number one. On top of that, I should also take extra gear. However, I don't want to lose that gear, so I need to keep it safe. Thankfully, I can make a chest called an ender chest, and whenever I open an ender chest, everything that I put in an ender chest I can acquire from any other ender chest anywhere in the world. This chest is where I will store the enchanted book I made, an anvil, extra gear, rockets, and my spare silk touch pickaxe. Actually, scrap the last one. I will put my fortune pickaxe in there instead and carry the silk touch axe. I now think that I have everything needed for what is called End City Bustin. We are back here at the verge of the end. Now, I don't know how long it's going to take to find what I'm looking for. I'm hoping it will not take too long. The gist of what I'm going to be doing is bridging like this between the two islands. Once I get to an island, then I will explore the whole of it, and if I find nothing of note, then bridge to the next island. It is a tedious task and seems to take forever. However, it is what I need to get the loot that I desire. Currently, my destination is to the north. I picked a random direction and traveled. Sometimes this task can seem to take forever. One trick that I do use is using ender pearls to get across smaller gaps. This helps reduce the travel time. Look, finally, after a few thousand blocks of travel in the north-ish direction. Ah, but it's just a small city. That's fine, it will suffice. Now, there are chests in the city with great loot. The main loot that I seek is in the ships that are floating away. Let's start at the base of the city and kill the creatures that sit around to protect the city. These creatures are called shulkers. They can teleport when they feel vulnerable, and their attack is spitting out little balls that do damage and make you levitate. But after killing them, they can drop part of their shell. If you combine two of these together with a chest, it holds the chest full of stuff shut and can be transported to another location without spilling the contents. That's it. We are now finally about to board the ship. Just going to throw an ender pearl and run inside so that I don't float away into the sky from other shulkers. Now to loot. First grab the potion, then kill the guardians of the loot. Now the best loot from here is mine, and there it sits in all its glory, hung up for us to take and use. If you don't know what this is, well, it's a set of wings. These chests are also full of valuable diamond gear and optioned with good enchantments. I will make my first shulker box to store the gear and put it safely in the ender chest. Now to take out the anvil and the enchanted book. These wings are valuable but also a little bit weak, so we're using this Unbreaking 3 and Mending book to strengthen it. Apply this item to the wings and I'm ready to have my first flight. Finally, I can fly. What a good feeling this is. All that bridging that I did earlier, no need to do that anymore. This is amazing. Now that I have a set of wings, I can see more of the islands and I can travel a lot faster thanks to the use of rockets. I just had an idea, and why not look for another end city to raid? Here is another one, and it didn't take long to find it. Let's start with removing the wings. After all, they don't offer protection, and they are my only pair, and I don't want to lose them. This city doesn't seem to have a ship, so I'm going to get a spare set of wings. However, I can get some nice loot and shulker shells. After raiding this one, I wanted a spare set of wings, so I went out searching for more and found a few that I did a quick loot and dash when they did not have a ship until I saw another ship. So I raided that one and got myself a spare set of wings that I wanted to have. Now for the journey home, and it's a good time to head in that direction because I am running out of rockets. Sometimes while traveling through the end, you see similar portals that we came to get here. Any one of these will take me home to the main island. So that is why I have hopped through this one for my exit home. Home again, and with wings. What a fun and thrilling thing to do, to fly around home and see the village from the air. Hey, you guys don't belong here. I will deal with you. You guys are too easy to deal with, especially after today. Raiding end cities and getting the best item in the world, in my own opinion, wings for flying. The only problem now is that I've run out of rockets. To get more, I need gunpowder and paper. The paper I have sorted with the reed farm, but the gunpowder I do not have sorted. I need a creeper farm for that. I will make a creeper farm because that would be the smartest thing to do. After a bit of caving to see where might be the best location, I decided to put it right here above this ravine. Now to figure out the layout that I want for creepers to spawn on. I ended up with the design where the water will flow to push the creepers off the ledge. Next was to position it, and I wanted the creepers to die on top of the spider spawner. Once I got the location, I went and built it. This took a whole lot of time, and I will show you some snapshots of its progress with commentary. First, I need to get the correct height. So here's a snapshot of the spider spawner and where the viewing chamber will be. Now I know how high it needs to drop the creepers to kill them. So this is the height of the farm. And this is the bottom layer of the farm. Then I needed pillars to prevent spiders from spawning. And then was the time to lay trapdoors on the roof so only creepers will spawn because of the height. The water dispenser was next, and this is what made the farm somewhat operational. Next was the walls, and I just screwed them up in layers in a spiral pattern. All cobblestone because I will decorate over the top later. Next was the transportation columns and the killing area, where they will drop. And lastly, I needed a clock to trigger the water. For that, I needed slime balls to make sticky pistons. To get slime balls, I needed to either find a slime chunk and wait ages for slime to spawn, or I can find a swamp biome and kill one at night when they appear. I went with the later option because I know where a swamp biome is, and it is at the beginning where we appeared in the world in the first place. The plan I have is to travel to the swamp and also make a nice little house there. Then during the night time, go around and kill slimes. I then gathered the gear needed for that and headed to the nether to dig a tunnel back to the start. The tunnel will be long and I will also need to bridge, so I will start immediately. Ah! I was just minding my own business when this guy comes along and hits me into lava for no reason. I didn't even see him coming. Now my task is even more critical. I need more gunpowder to get another set of wings as a spare. For now, I am not going to wear wings until I'm ready to get more. That will require me to finish off the creeper farm. Anyways, the past is behind. First, let's get some gear. Thankfully, I have all the extra gear from the end city looting. Back to the nether I go. Now I'm being extra careful. I will continue and let you know when I made it or when something interesting happens. I made it to where I need to go. Built the portal and lit it. And moment of truth, did I make it to the right location? I sure did. And it's already night. Let's go and get those slime balls that I need. Got them now. I know I said I was going to make a little house here. However, after that death, I think it's best to get more sets of wings. Time to finish off the creeper farm by getting the clock installed. The clock I'm going with is nicknamed the Etho Hopper clock. Once that was done, I pillared up to see the creepers coming through. Once I was happy that it was working, I put an auto collection for gunpowder at the bottom of the drop. Next was to get ready for more end city busting. First step is to run past the library and see what enchanted books I have. I hear something. Oh, it's him. Hi, Leaftails, I'm Tyson, he said. I replied, Hi, Tyson, how are you? He said, Good, but I'm running an errand for Evan. Can't talk. I then bidded him farewell, and with a bit of curiosity, I went to see Evan. When I saw him, I said, Hi, Evan, how are you doing? Evan replied and said, Good, how are you? And what brings you here today? I replied, I'm good as well. Just getting ready for another adventure and in need of some books. I also noticed that you have some new apprentices. Evan said, Yep, they are hard at work. I try to keep them out of the library as much as possible because it's a bit cramped in here. I said, That is not good. I will need to see to it to make you a better library in the future. Also, I found an abandoned fortress on my adventures, and there are tons of books in that fortress. I will take them with me and put them in the new library. Evan said, Thanks, that would be perfect. By the way, the two new employees, one of them has a knowledge of unbreaking, and the other one has silk touch. I'm not sure what their final book knowledge will be yet, but we can just wait and see. That's perfect, I said, and continued. Unbreaking is the book I was looking for. I will go and trade with him now, unless you have something else for me. Evan said, Nope, I have nothing. Have a good one. Bye. I said bye and left to go find the apprentice with Unbreaking. I knew that Tyson was one of the apprentices that Evan had, so I first checked if he knew the knowledge of Unbreaking, but he only knew the knowledge of Silk Touch. Shortly after that, I found the unbreaking librarian and got the book, combined it with mending, and put it on the spare set of wings. Next was to go get food and rockets and store enough stuff in the ender chest to access wherever I might be. Now I was ready to be off on my adventures, hoping to get many spare sets of wings this time around. The journey was enjoyable and peaceful. I did die once in one of the towers and recovered my stuff, but for the rest it was pretty standard. I would fly until I saw a city, then I would double check my gear. I would start with the flying ship and get the wings into safety. Then I would slowly go around killing the shulkers that surrounded the loot chest. This got me some loot and some shulker shells. I'm back home. Addition to all that loot, which I put in the armory for the blacksmith to study and sell, I procured 5 sets of wings, 3 on the walls, one in the ender chest, and one on my back. This week was good and productive week. I have no idea what is in store for me next week, but I'm excited to see what adventure awaits us. That's it for this week. Have a good time and hopefully see you soon. Goodbye.